All right. Hey, LinkedIn and Facebook, this is Virgie, and I am live with Adam Cam. I'm super, super excited because we're talking about Instagram and growth hacking and building a strategy to dominate on Instagram. So Adam, I'm super happy to have you here. How are you?
Virgie, I'm pumped to be here. Thanks a lot for inviting me on. And yeah, I can't wait to talk about growing on Instagram. That's what I love most, and that's why I'm here.
That's awesome. Well, how long have you been on LinkedIn?
On LinkedIn, about 2 months now.
That's what that's what I thought. I just started seeing you, and honestly, what really made me want to bring you on the show is because you came in saying, "I'm getting on LinkedIn. I'm doing great on Instagram," and I thought, "Wow, you've got a really good personality." But really caught me as somebody. You said that you can dominate, you can do this on Instagram, and somebody I think called you out and said, "Oh yeah, if I looked as good as you did, of course I would be great on Instagram." And
Yeah.
you kind of got a little ticked off by that, and you rose and like, I can do this for my mom, for my brother, for my dog, for anyone. So I want to talk about that and what drove you to do that.
No, exactly. Yeah. See, people that say that, I get that quite a lot. Oh, you only got Instagram because of the pictures that you post, the way that you look, and things like that. No, that's what a closed-minded person would say. Someone who's open-minded would say he's using what he knows his audience wants. And he's using his strengths and he's giving his audience what they want on a silver platter. And that is and that is through years and years of trial and error and researching different styles of content. And listen, my content used to bomb. Like, it didn't always do well. You know, I used to bomb. It was embarrassing at one point. But
How long have you been on Instagram?
Casually about 4.5 years. Seriously, about 2 years.
Got
Since
it.
I've into a business and a brand.
Got it.
About 2 years. And over the last 8 months, it's taken off.
That's really awesome. It's really it's how much you put into it, honestly, and how driven you are, and the passion. I definitely feel your passion. So really quick, do you consider yourself an entrepreneur?
100%. I don't take orders very well from anyone, so I think I've got no choice.
That's funny. That's funny. You get all tatted up and you're like, that's it. I'm not working anything normal. I'm doing my own thing.
But I tell you what, Virgie, I never used to be like that.
What switched? What switched?
I tell you what, I can give you the exact point that it switched.
I want that.
I started getting into my whole fitness side of Instagram, and I got an email from a protein supplement company, and they said, we will send you free stuff if you post our content. And I was like, wow, a light bulb went off in my head. And I said, you know what, I can make something of this. You know, obviously at the time it was just free protein and free supplements and stuff.
Right.
Then I researched more into it. I saw people are living the life of their dreams. They're inspiring thousands, millions of people. They're doing it all from their mobile phone.
Yep. And it's actually being able, and that's what I love, and that's kind of something I do, is actually, helping people lean into their strengths, their passions, because, as an entrepreneur, it's really funny, is a lot of people, like, they're hustling and building like this, creating this life that they want, but, they get stuck creating, just trying to make money, and then they end up creating this life that they no longer want. So it's really great that you're leaning into those passions. So my question is, like, what I've been doing on Instagram, and I don't know if you looked at my profile or anything like that, but I've basically just been taking my content from, you did? Okay, give it to me. How bad is it?
I won't be too harsh.
Go for it. I can take it. That's why I brought you here.
I'll tell you what, let's get your Instagram up right now.
Oh my gosh. Okay, so before you do that, let me just tell everybody what I've been doing.
Yeah, can you see it? There you go.
Oh, Gordon, now I gotta get yours up. No, okay. So my strategy, honestly, has been, first I was all in on Facebook and I was doing content. Then I found LinkedIn, and I fell in love last year, and I've just been all in there. So I've basically taken the content that I have there and just reposting it on Instagram, and that's it. I really haven't really embraced it at all. So now you can go ahead and what do you what do they say when you smoke somebody, or you like ghost them? What do you do when you like roast them? Okay, roast my profile.
Yeah, so first of all, I can see that you haven't put that much effort into it. It's just kind of bit part. There's no clear. I call it the straight line with content.
Yes. Hold on, yes, we're live. Okay, so it's very. You're right. Straight line of content. Okay.
straight line. So it's your 3 W's, your why is it that you want to be on Instagram? Why do you want to grow your Instagram? Once you're clear on that, you have who you are serving, your specific target audience that you are serving. Otherwise, you're just a noise in the background like everyone else. And it's just, go away. I don't want to hear you. You're just like everyone else. But if you're talking to a specific person, guess what? Their ears are going to prick up and they're going to listen to you.
So my message, I have no clarity, no message, because clearly I'm just, it's like I'm just posting stuff there with no strategy at all. So what could I do differently on Instagram that I wouldn't do on LinkedIn that could really help me change what I'm, doing on Instagram?
But I think with your charisma, with your personality and energy, and more importantly, your expertise, I reckon you could really stamp your I can't swear on here, but your effing...
No, swear, it's okay, go for it.
Stamp your fucking foot down and dominate. Like say, this is my space, I own it, I am the expert in this field. And just put out loads of valuable content to your specific target audience. And I can guarantee if you've done that for a couple of weeks and you went all in on it, you put the shackles on your feet and you went for it, you would take off.
Okay, so do you think I should do video content or do you think I should do more pictures?
A combination of the two.
Okay. And then how long should that content be?
No more than 1 minute.
They won't allow more. And that's the thing is I don't know how to keep everything in little chunks.
You can do it on IGTV, but with longer form content, it's better on YouTube because people on Instagram, they associate Instagram with just quick viewing. They don't associate it with sitting down, putting their feet up, getting some and watching a long form content. They don't do that on Instagram.
So this is where I would really take my long form content and really start creating like that micro content.
Chunking it down, exactly.
So how often do you post on Instagram? Is it a daily thing? Are you doing 64 pieces of content like Gary Vee says?
Post every single day on Instagram because I found through trialing it for myself and with my clients that is the way to grow. Now the reason why that is because you'll be seen by the algorithm as valuable content creator, and Instagram wants valuable content creators because they want to keep people coming back to the app,
right?
So that they get more money through ads and so on.
Makes sense. So the other thing is on LinkedIn, a lot of when you engage on, people's posts and stuff, it actually makes you, is the algorithm on Instagram similar to that? Like when you actually engage on other people's posts, does it actually see you as a more real user? Is it work similar to LinkedIn?
Yeah, it does. And especially if they're engaging with using real words and not just emojis. Emojis can be seen as spam. So what you want to try and do is encourage all of your followers to really engage. So what I used to do, well, before I got a lot of engagement, was ask questions to my followers, like get them to answer me back.
Right.
So create engagement.
So now what is the next level? Because everyone's doing personal branding. What is that next level to taking them to your, your product or your service? Do you do lots of call to actions in your video or do you just let it speak for itself?
I do something called, you probably heard it from Gary Vee, jab, jab, left hook.
I'm going to come up with another one. It's going to be jab, jab, uppercut. Okay, so yes, I'm familiar. But for others who aren't, maybe, what is the jab, jab, hook?
Yeah, so if you're constantly pitching, I see it all the time. It's not the way people love to buy. They absolutely love to buy. They follow you, they like you, they love you. But if you keep pitching to them, they don't like being sold to.
Yeah, I don't. I don't. And it bugs me. And I actually personally, I don't like selling to people in that way. It makes me really, really uncomfortable. Yeah. So the way that I do it and the way that I teach my clients to do it is via DMs rather than click the link in my bio and go here. So we provide value. We do it through stories. We provide lots of value with a good hook at the beginning. Right.
Provide the value, get a light bulb going off in their head, and then get them to DM straight after.
Got it. So let me ask you another question. So this is a question I ask everybody, and I'm going to ask, what does success mean to you?
Success to me, that's a good question.
Yeah.
Success to me means getting out of bed every single morning with my heart on fucking fire, looking forward to what I want to do for the rest of the day. That for me is success. And having that, what I'm doing, pay my bills.
I love it. No one's ever said that. I love that. Now, do you feel successful? Do you feel like you're doing it? You feel like it?
for my definition of success, yes, I'm absolutely killing it at the minute.
I love that definition of success, because normally people have a success is something so far out there that they're always constantly trying to achieve or chase it. But the fact that you made that every day is a success because I'm making that choice. I love that, because I think as entrepreneurs that we forget to celebrate those little progresses, that growth over the year.
Exactly, yeah. And I think if you're relying on willpower too much, it's not going to last. If I just want money, you don't really like what you're doing, you're not passionate about the people you're serving, then it's going to become a chore. It's almost like you've got a ball and chain on your foot trying
it
to
turns into a job then, and it's not something you're passionate about anymore, and that shows. And that brings up, okay, so what do you think of the word authenticity and influencer?
Authenticity, yeah, authenticity. If you want to build a personal brand, if you want to grow on social media, you need to be authentic.
Yes.
The way I'm talking to you now is the way I'd talk to you if we weren't live. It's the way I talk to my friends. It's the way I come across on social media. I swear, I'm quite energetic. My hands go up and down. And that's just how I am. And I don't change that. Whoever I'm interviewing with, whoever I'm speaking to, I'm exactly the same person.
That's awesome. Because then you don't have to pretend to be anything and be like, oh, well, how do I act around this group of people? And I don't know any other way to be. And that's kind of why I really love doing these lives, is because I get a chance to have real conversations.
Exactly, yeah.
All right. Let me see if we have any questions. It says, okay, so we got some people on here. I'm going to go into Facebook and see if we've got anybody on there, just to see if there's any questions out there. Let's see. Oh, hold on. I got Facebook here. All right. Let's see what we got. Not too much. Everyone's just saying awesome job. Let's just keep on going. Okay, so let's talk about so I'm bringing up some other questions that I had for you. We talked about success. I love that you feel like you are just like owning it like a badass, and that I love, and you can feel it. So what made you go on LinkedIn? Because you're crushing it on Instagram. Why'd you switch over to LinkedIn, or not switch over, but why'd you also embrace LinkedIn?
Yeah, it's a place for me to network.
Mm-hmm.
That's why. And I've met like yourself. See, I've met so many people. I'm getting to do things like this now, meeting like-minded people who are as driven and as motivated as I am about social media, about branding, about growing. And I've absolutely loved it on LinkedIn. I'll be honest.
It's a lot of fun. There's so many cool content creators out there. And I find myself on LinkedIn all the time. It's so much fun. Okay, so the next question I have for you is, what was the hardest thing when you first got started? You said about you were in and out 4 years. You're into fitness and everything. And you said that you got started with the protein, but what was the hardest thing for you when you got started? Was it just a light bulb went out and you just were all in, or did you have any insecurities about doing video and putting yourself out there? Was there any?
Yeah, so the light bulb went off, and I had the energy, I had the enthusiasm, but how can I explain it? I was like a headless chicken.
That's a perfect description, actually.
I was like a headless chicken, you know. I had all these ideas I wanted, but I didn't know how to implement them. I had no purpose, I had no structure. I didn't know about branding, about marketing, and I took a big risk. I left my job I used to be a train driver back then.
Oh, okay.
And I left that job to start an online coaching business. But I started with a headless chicken, and it didn't go very well to start off with. But then I invested in myself.
Good.
I took out a mentor, coaches. I became a geek. I learned everything there is to know about social media, about the algorithms. I even done sales training with the Wolf of Wall Street.
You became a practitioner.
And yeah, I lived it and I breathed it.
That's what it takes. That's really what it takes. I mean, I know there's going to get to a point where we're going to need to scale, but I always tell everybody, sometimes they're like, I don't have enough money to get started. I'm like, that's probably a better place to start.
Yeah.
Because you actually get very, very creative. And when you actually get to the point where you're going to scale, you're not going to get screwed, because you know what you need. You know to value the person who's doing the work for you. So for me, I just think it's really, really important. I'm a little bit of a control freak. I need to start letting go, because I can't scale if I don't. Do you have anybody helping you, or are you just a one-man team, or do you have like a little?
My girlfriend does a lot of kind of the admin side for me. She helps me with that as well. But other than that, I'm a one-man team at the moment.
At the moment, me too. I have my life partner, and he's with me, and I could not do half of what I do without him. I mean, honestly, even the support, that moral support, they're like your team, they're your people. So, okay, so what is, What is next for you in 2020? So next year, like 2020 is a year of clarity and vision. As personal branders, we've all been on this journey. We've all been trying to figure out, like, I don't have imposter syndrome. We're just building up that confidence and conviction. So now 2020, the year of clarity and vision. What is in store for you?
I'm clear and I've got my vision. I know exactly what I want in 2020. So I'm in the process of doing it now. It's my agency, The Social Mentor. So I've got the ball rolling on that now, and that's really going to kick off in the new year as well. So helping people grow and monetize on Instagram.
That's awesome. That's socialmentor.com that you got going on?
Yeah, it's under construction at the minute. There's just a temporary site going on right now.
That's okay.
Will kick in by December, and that I am so excited for.
We're gonna have to check back up on and see how that's going with you. That's awesome. I know you've got your messenger funnels, and you really have all that stuff on the back end. I was quite impressed. I want to talk to you about that.
My messenger funnel. Oh yeah.
I'm a funnel hacker. I check out everybody's funnels. I want to see where it's going, how it flows. It's fun. It's something I'm also went down that rabbit hole, very obsessed with just marketing and personal branding, and it's just so awesome the way you can take all your passions, like I'm a realtor. I'm also very, very passionate about blockchain and cryptocurrencies for the future because I'm a complete geek. I love mindset and PMA, positive mindset, and really just that stuff just fuels me. I love connecting. I love contributing, and with personal branding, it's a way to wrap all of that in one thing. And course correct as you go along. And I'm loving it. I really, really am. So, now, we want to leave everybody really quick with 3 things that if they're just getting into Instagram, 3 things that they can do today to actually start dominating, because now there's no likes on Instagram. So it levels out the playing field, right? Let's talk about that.
It really does level out the play. For me, that is the best thing that could happen to small brands, small businesses, and anyone just starting out. I'll give you a little bit of context behind it.
Yeah, please.
At the minute, when people scroll through their feed, whether we like to admit this or not, we focus on what is popular. If you see 200,000 likes, you're going to give it more attention.
Following the mob. People follow the mob, yeah,
exactly. So we have essentially blinkers on at the minute, and we're missing everything out here. Now, without the likes, it opens up people's blinkers, and they'll be more receptive to everybody's content. So everyone will get an equal opportunity now. And that really does open up the floodgates for smaller brands and businesses to really come in and stake their claim. It really does.
I'm feeling pumped right now. I'm feeling like I have a chance, because I'll be honest with you. I would go on Instagram like, I don't know what to do. And then, of course, I'm like, I'm not getting an engagement. But the fact that now there's no likes, there's no vanity metrics, it's like I can start fresh, like it's a brand new platform for me, and really adopt it. So you better keep me accountable. I want you every week to be like, what the heck, Verge? That sucks. You're going to have to roast me every week. I'm like, oh my God, Adam's watching my profile.
That's it.
I really, really. So, is there anything else you want to add to LinkedIn and Facebook that you want to tell anybody?
No, the free
tips. 3 things. Oh my gosh.
Don't forget that.
Oh my God, they would totally be like, Verge, you totally bombed it. What are the 3 things? That's what everybody came on for. What can we do?
Yeah. So the way I do things is a little bit different. Everyone does lots of tips and tricks. Mine's about building foundations, because if you don't have solid foundations, everything will eventually, just like a big, beautiful mansion, it will crumble into a pile of shit.
That's the truth. Foundation is key. It's like your main pillar. Okay.
Exactly. So these are 3 really strong pillars that will help you build an Instagram. So the first one are the 3 W's, which we touched on earlier. Your why. Why do you want to build on Instagram? Why do you want to grow? Do you want to monetize, or do you just want exposure?
Okay.
One is your who are you serving, your ideal target audience, followed by your what. What value are you giving them? And that gets you on the straight line.
Right. Then you start focusing on that message that you want to create. Okay.
So if your page is about fitness, don't post pictures of your dog. If your page is about beautiful scenery around the world, don't post a picture of your dinner.
Right.
So keep on that straight line. And that's even big brands, big influencers, they do this. They deviate from that straight line, and their message gets lost and people lose interest.
Makes sense. Okay. So I need to pick something and stick with that, and then make that be my hook. Okay.
Exactly. Be the expert in that, the go-to person for that. Now, yes, you can go right, you can go left, you can deviate from the straight line, but always come back to it. So you're always going in the same direction.
So there has to be like a harmony or an alignment with everything.
Exactly.
Okay.
Exactly. if you look at my personal page, it's all about self-worth and self-love, like empowerment. Like, you can fucking do it. You are good enough. You are powerful. You are a fucking masterpiece. That is what my page is all about.
I freaking love that. Like me, I'm all about being a badass, owning who you are with definitive purpose. So I think I'm gonna get myself a chalkboard and start putting out some messages too. Game on! I'm gonna start tagging you, Adam. Okay, so that was 1, 2. Is it? Yes.
The second one now is resilience. Give your resilience muscle some steroids. Pump it up. Because when I first started, I only got to where I am now with Instagram because I trialed. I tested things and I failed. I'll give you an example. About 6 months ago, I tested out doing casual videos, walking down the street, just putting up to myself and doing like a motivational Monday video, like blah, blah, blah. And it bombed. It absolutely bombed. They completely bombed. Now, I could have looked at that in 2 ways. I could have got offended by it. I could have let it dent my confidence and be like, oh, maybe people don't like me. I'm not good enough. No, because you can always take a positive from something. You can, no matter how bad it is, you can strip something away from it. That's what I did. Okay, that shit doesn't work. People don't like raw content on my main feed. They like it slightly more curated. So that's what I'll give them. And then the chalkboards were born.
Got it.
And since I've been doing those for the last 3 months, call it coincidence.
But that was all through growth through adversity, like you said, trial and error, making mistakes. Like, guys, you know what? If you're out there and you're stuck, just go do it. It doesn't even matter. You go check my Instagram. I did a quick little live like right before we came on, and I sat around like trying to mess with my lighting. I'm like, oh, screw it. We're going live. I have no time. We just did it. And I didn't even look back. You just, it is a muscle. It is. And we're always working out and like worrying about these muscles that everyone can see, but the one that no one can see is really the most important one, guys. And it's mindset. It's so huge. Like these guys, Adam and everyone I'm talking to, I'm hearing a consistent thing, and they're talking about like not doing it for anybody else. They're talking about doing it for themselves.
Exactly.
That's huge. I love that. I love that. It's okay.
And that leads on to the next one, is to just be tenacious, is to just go for it. Just 100%, get those shackles off, let go, and boom, just go. Post every single day. Be relentless. Believe in your message. Yeah. If you don't believe in your message, then no one else is going to believe in you either.
It's true. That is, I can see through people that are talking not from here. It's transparent. It's almost like, do not even bother. 100%.
And that's the same with your product and the same with your service. If you completely believe in it and you love it, you're passionate about it, it will show in your content, because you love the process of creating content and pleasing your audience and giving them everything that they want. You'll actually enjoy it rather than, oh, I have to post content today. Oh, I've got to post again. I've got to go out and shoot pictures in the cold rain. You know what I mean? You'll actually enjoy doing it.
Yeah, you get to that point with your content, you literally just need to stop and just like take like a week to really connect with who you are and what it is that you want, because it's tough. I mean, being an entrepreneur, owning your personal brand, I mean, it really makes you ask that question, who am I? What am I about? And that's a tough one when you're constantly evolving.
Exactly.
But that's why you own who you are every single day. You don't worry about the future, right?
That's it.
Oh man, so the future for Adam Cam, you've got your course. It's a course, so it's a course to teach people how to dominate on Instagram.
Yeah, no, it's consulting.
Okay, so, awesome.
Coaching. Yeah, I don't believe in courses. I don't, especially for Instagram growth, because there's no one size fits all.
You know, that's a really good point, because I've been seeing a lot of people coming out with courses, and I've been toying with that, but it's really, really hard because it's almost like you need somebody to actually help you. They don't need more PDFs and more worksheets. They really want somebody to push them and cultivate them and help them, because for me, that message is really, really hard for me. I can do it for you. I can do it for that person, but for myself, I was like, I don't know. You know, you have to ask yourself really hard questions, but once you do, oh man, this journey for me has been really gratifying this past year. Yeah. My anniversary will be Thanksgiving on LinkedIn.
Really? Oh, you've been a then? You're a veteran.
Am I of the year? Oh my God, I feel maybe. I don't know. I know there's so many people like Shay and Quentin. They're just amazing creators that I remember the very first video I saw was Shay Rowbottom, and she was doing a rap video. And I don't know, you have to go back way in her feed. It was before she started doing like these really funny videos. And it was like this rap video, and she had like this chip on her shoulder. And I was just like, whoa, what the heck is this? I just went to go like put up a resume, like on LinkedIn. What's going on this? And I was just blown away. I love it. So, and I got to meet you, and I got to learn what I need to do on my Instagram, and I've got some work to do. Now I know.
I'll be on your case, Virgie. I'm going to be on your case.
I like it. And I know I'm not good at something. I really like to embrace it. I lean into my fears. I lean into stuff that makes me scared.
Exactly, because that's how you grow. That's how you grow.
Awesome, Adam. Well, I am so happy that we got to connect. So keep roasting me. Guys, if you have any questions for myself or for Adam, connect with us, DM us, follow us, reach out to us. We really, really love helping people do this. It's just something we're passionate about.
That's it.
All right, Adam, thank you so much. I will see you on LinkedIn and Instagram.
Virgie. Catch you again soon. Take care.
Bye, guys. Take care.